understand where it's coming from. A lot of these ancient religions, ancient philosophies did have and this renunciation of the real in favor of a more abstract truth. Even in, you can see this in Christianity with monasticism to a very high degree. This is large similarities. You can see this in things like Jainism.
I think that's exactly how they miss the mark, though, because all of those isms come out with that end goal. They say,
Right.
follow us for this. The reason they're telling you that this is the way to be is because they have an idea, and as soon as you have that idea, it's wrong, because that's not what the Buddha taught. So instead of seeking enlightenment as some kind of end goal or like a place to be, like heaven or hell, like that's a Western framework that we like grew up with and it's ingrained in our heads.
Yeah.
The philosophy is more like recognizing that we all have moments of enlightenment all the time.
Yes.
It's about trying to maximize the number, like in economic terms, we're maximizing the potentiality of our enlightenmentness. So in our moments when we play with our kids, or when we make love to our wives, or when we share a meal with somebody, or when we show benevolence and, you know, offer donations to somebody, in moments of pure goodness or pure gratitude or pure appreciation or just pure contentedness, not for happiness, it's not for ecstasy or relief. That's why I find irony so funny, and most people do. Irony is like bad things happening. It's the negative thing from what you expected to be positive. That's what makes it silly or ridiculous. Or, you know, when an unexpected punchline comes out, that's what makes a joke funny. So inherent to our nature, part of our biology, we see and recognize moments of enlightenment, of lightheartedness as not a joy like we're jumping up and down, crying, and like, you know, yelling and screaming. But that's part of it. But it's finding that joy in the simplest of things, like looking at birds or grass grow.
See something as desire that you need to harness in a more of a stoic manner than in a some nirvanic sense.
Mm-hmm. So you're sort of tripping on the construct again. The construct is you must be free of desire. You must try to be free of desire. That's not the goal.
Right, and I don't.
The goal in a Buddhist meditation is to be free of desire. In order, when you're in the moment, ready to expand your mind and looking for some sort of influence from the world.
Yeah, my conception wasn't it wasn't a conceptual error. It was a scope error. I thought we were talking about like I have become no desire, and in your being as itself, and I feel like that's impossible. But in the moment,
that can happen. That can happen though. From regular meditation and from practice meditation, it will spill over into the rest of your life, so that like emergencies don't freak you out. You don't panic. You're not afraid.
So
you can face the world with less self-consciousness and insecurity.
Right.
You're not scared of being wrong or being seen as ugly, or all that vanity washes away, not because you're forcing it away by actively telling people how great you are as a person. It happens as a byproduct of self-actualization, from realization, from discovery.
It is a skill that you do have to practice.
But on that same vein, we do it naturally too.
Oh, like, yeah.
Everybody finds a hobby. Everybody finds a hobby. Shower thoughts, gardening, cooking, cleaning, walking.
Brings you
just
to
doing your job at work. When you're in that zone, what they call the flow.
Yeah.
That's a state of enlightenment. That's
yes.
What Aristotle would say, let the flutes be played by the best flute players. The flute's essence, its purpose is to be played. So
yes.
So as a human being, when you're in the zone, when you're in the flow, or when you're doing human things that you would naturally do, those are moments of Zen.
Yes.
And that's where Zen teaching is really useful, because it articulates that, whereas the Tao doesn't articulate that kind of focus as well. But the Mahayana tradition will articulate the grand scheme of life and nature and seasonality. And so they all point at different aspects of Buddhism as a philosophy.